It's tuck day, my dudes!
After months of back and forth with Sony about their planned acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, Microsoft has signed a 10-year Call of Duty deal with Nintendo. You may remember that Microsoft offered the same deal to Sony last month, which they have not accepted. I guess Microsoft thought that they needed to sweeten the pot for Sony by giving the company's board the fantasy of every highly paid business executive getting cucked. Phil Spencer confirmed the deal with Nintendo in a tweet, stating that they are committed to following through upon the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King Jr. You see, they have a dream to one day own a monopoly. What's a bit funny for Microsoft is that they actually used Nintendo's success without Call of Duty as an argument for why their buyout of ABK wouldn't be a huge deal for Sony. I guess now that tactic failed, they're using a trick I was too unpopular to experience in high school. Peer pressure. What?
You gotta have friends.
You made me read that. Elon Musk, aka From Musk Till Dawn, just wants to give gifts to humankind, but keeps having to deal with annoying interruptions like federal regulations and morality. Elon is dealing with 2 investigations this week. The first is an investigation of Neuralink by the US Department of Agriculture in response to internal staff complaints that animal testing is being rushed, leading to the needless suffering and deaths of test subjects. Some complaints allege that pressure from Musk to accelerate development is causing botched experiments and bringing really bad PR to the term monkey business.
It's not his fault. In his experience, pressure creates emeralds.
It's just called hardcore science, okay?
Yeah.
Not to be outdone, San Francisco's Department of Building Inspections is investigating Twitter's headquarters for violations of building code, due to some offices being turned into bedrooms for employees.
That's where I want to sleep.
I guess the idea of making X, the Everything app, inspired Elon to make X, the Everything building. Too bad for codes. Musk has pushed back against the city's investigation, but in the city's defense, they may just be confused as to why Elon didn't give the beds to the homeless instead, since that's what the people want, according to a poll posted by Musk back in April. Elon Musk should really muzzle this Elon Musk guy.
I guess they haven't got a handle on impersonation yet.
Belgium's largest city, Antwerp, is the victim of a shut up twerp, was the victim of a cyber attack on Monday night, and they're working to restore digital services. The good news is the waffle irons are unaffected. Thank God. The bad news is services used by schools, citizens, daycare centers, and the police very much are. According to the Antwerp-based newspaper Het Laatste Nieuws, hypotenuse. Now, hackers were able to disrupt Antwerp services by breaching the servers of the city's IT management company. Bleeping Computer reports that almost all Windows applications have been affected, leading to hospitals being overrun by Linux users with sore throats from telling everyone, "I told you so." The identity of the attackers is still unclear, but it has been confirmed that ransomware was used, weeks after a ransomware gang leaked police data from a nearby municipality.
Just pictures of donuts.
My prime suspect? The Swiss. Start combing the code for references to chocolate. Now it's time for the Quick Bits, brought to you by Enlisted, a free-to-play World War II multiplayer shooter available on PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One. That's all of them, almost. It has a focus on historical authenticity and gameplay that always keeps you in the middle of the action, where everyone loves to be in war. You'll be placed in a large-scale combat alongside dozens of soldiers and vehicles directly in front of famous historical campaigns like the invasion of Normandy. Head to the link below and start playing Enlisted for free. You'll also get a free bonus just for signing up. Hey viewers, Quick Bits are being renamed Quibbits because the original name was not quick enough. And also, I like frogs. The latest Intel Arc driver boosts the performance of DirectX 9 games, bringing joy to tens of Arc users. In fairness, this makes Arc a lot more viable for esports titles like CSGO, which Intel claims will get an 80% performance increase at 1080p. Hopefully, the platform keeps improving because ever since Linus started his 30-day Arc challenge, he keeps looking at my workstation asking for my graphics card. I need it for work. In Adobe Still Likes Money news, the company has decided to start selling AI stock images.
All beef chicken.
Artists will be able to submit art they created with the help of generative AI as long as they mark it as such. Finally, artists who have spent seconds carefully typing in the name Greg Rutkowski into a DALL-E prompt will get the payment they deserve. I mean, is art not just stealing from other art? In an update to a previous story, San Francisco has reversed their approval of killer robots, making everybody at the Twitter headquarters much happier. We did it, guys! We did it! That's the power of tech news, and also the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the ACLU, and other civil rights groups, and at least 45 community groups and 100 protesters who showed up to City Hall, but let's get some credit here, we helped, you know?
Canada.
Legendarily difficult roguelike Dwarf Fortress, which was inspired games like Terraria, has finally been released on Steam. It originally released as a free alpha in 2006, supported by donations, and now the Steam release has thousands of positive reviews on day one. Apparently, the community has been waiting 16 years to spend $30 on the game. I can't imagine what they'll pay in 2 years when the game gets an OnlyFans. Yo, can't wait till like one of my dwarfs runs an OnlyFans and then their house collapses in on them because I've messed up the water deviations of like, higher layers of my society. It's gonna be nuts. And Apple has announced Apple Music Sing, a karaoke experience built right into Apple Music. I can't wait to sing all of my favorite Spotify playlists. The feature will include adjustable vocals, background vocals, and a duet view for when you're singing with others. It will be launching on the iPhone, iPad, and Apple TV 4K later this month. So if you start to hear an exponential increase in blood-curdling screams, it's just your neighbors trying their best. And you should try your best to come back on Friday for more tech news. And maybe if you're into it, we can sing a duet or something? Never mind. It's a stupid idea. Unless?